manager for the day off, so I wouldn't have to wear it.
That's funny.
So yeah, I actually checked the White Sox promotion schedule this year. As of right now, they have no bobbleheads.
Wow.
Because apparently averaging 10,000 fans a game meant that they didn't need good promotions.
Right. Yeah, well, there'll be more fans this year, that's for sure.
Yeah, maybe they'll get 15,000. Well, remember in 2012 when they were leading the division for 117 days?
Yeah, we've talked about this before, where there was like nobody showing up still.
They're in first place, and they're winning every game, and it's exciting. And
I think I went to a game in 2012. I went to a Sox game on my birthday, August 4th, 2012.
Against the Angels.
Yeah, it was against the Angels.
I was actually at the day before. Rios hit a walk-off homer.
Oh, you were at that game?
Yeah, the game before Rios hit a walk-off homer.
That's cool. Yeah, so I the game I went to, Kevin Youkilis hit 2 home runs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They traded for him that year.
So that was kind of cool. Kevin Youkilis hit 2 home runs. Albert Pujols hit a home run in the 8th inning.
Pujols hit a home run the day that I went. I think Trout hit one, too, that game.
Trout had a robbed home run the game I went to as well. He robbed Gordon Beckham of a home run, I think, in left center.
Oh, wow.
So
Gordon Beckham hit one that far?
He did. It was one of those line drive ones that went. It could have been one of his 5 a year. I don't know.
One of his 5 a year. Yeah, I mean, I remember they were only getting 20,000 people there, and this is on a Saturday night. Their stadium's only half full, and I'm just thinking, the Cubs have the second worst record in the MLB, and they're still getting 30,000 people there. I remember when you and me went to a Monday night game in September against the awful Reds that we bought at the last minute for $6.
Right.
And I remember they announced the attendance was like 33,000.
Right.
I was like, what?
And I mean, I don't think there was 33,000 there, but that was
the paid attendance
anyway. And that was Rizzo walk-off home run. Which was awesome.
1-0. And then Ryan Hoppe didn't even know the game ended when he hit it.
He had no clue.
Everybody's like, wait, is the game over?
It's like we're all standing up
Everyone's
jumping up and down.
People are going nuts, and you see the Cubs players mobbing him at home plate.
The Cubs players are mobbing at home plate, and you don't know what's going on?
wait, is the game over?
Yes.
I remember he was getting annoyed that it was 0-0 going into the 9th.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting because that was the first walk-off home run I've ever seen. I think you too, right?
Yeah, that was you saw one for the White Sox.
Oh yeah, I saw one.
A week before.
With Tyler Flowers hit a game-tying 2-run homer with 2 outs in the 9th inning. 2 outs and 2 strikes, by the way. And then in the 12th, I think it was 11th or 12th inning, he hit a walk-off home run against Oakland.
Yeah, I remember that was the first.
If Oakland would have won that game, they would have been in the playoffs. There wouldn't have been a game 163.
Right. I remember I went to a game 2 days later, and Samardzija actually pitched for Oakland. I went with one of my friends, and Oakland was up 1-0 in the 8th inning, and Garcia hit a 2-run single to win the game.
Wow.
Or in the 8th inning, and he ended up winning the game.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was bad. I think Oakland lost 3 games in that series, 3 out of 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure who pitched for Oakland. It wasn't Lester or Samardzija when I saw them.
Lester pitched in the second game. Was it Sonny Gray?
It must have been Sonny Gray. It was somebody who wasn't Samardzija or Lester. I know that. So.
Yeah,
it could have been Kazmir. I don't know.
Kazmir. I remember I saw Samardzija, and he pitched 7 shutout innings, and they brought in Luke Gregerson, and he had his whole Luke Gregerson fan base because he's from Illinois.
Oh.
So there's a bunch of because me and my friend kept asking each other, why are there so many Oakland fans here?
Yeah.
And except they were all wearing Gregerson shirts, and we're like, every single person's wearing a Gregerson shirt. So then we looked up online where he was from, and it was from Park Ridge or Lake Ridge, Illinois, or something.
Yeah, so
something like
the suburbs. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because I was just like, all these people have Gregerson shirts and jerseys, and they have guys like Lester and Samardzija and Cespedes and Donaldson, and everyone has Luke Gregerson. So yeah, I mean, the Sox attendance though is awful, and going back to that Cub game. I mean that was a good game too. I mean, that was the first 1-0 game I had ever seen. I'm just glad the Cubs were on the team with 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am too.
I remember one time, when me and my dad went to Milwaukee to see the Cubs. I remember the Cubs were up 2-1 in the 9th, and Prince Fielder was on second base. There's a runner on third, and Marmol was pitching, and Casey McGee hit such a weak ground ball up the middle. It just got by the second baseman. Fielder scored from second base to win the game.
Oh my god!
I was like,
that is
he hit it soft enough that the second baseman couldn't get it, and that Fielder it could get up the middle and soft enough that Fielder could score from second.
That's disappointing. I'm trying to think of because I've been to a lot of Cubs and Brewers games in Milwaukee because I live pretty much the same distance from Milwaukee as I do from Chicago.
I'm sure Brewers tickets are cheaper than Cubs tickets.
They are cheaper too,
and it's a lot smoother of a drive.
It's a nice ballpark too, but now Wrigley Field will be nice too, so that's good. A
lot smoother drive to Milwaukee.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to think. It was like I think I was like in seventh grade. It was like that must have been the. Let's see, when I was in seventh grade, that was 2007 season. So that was like early June 2007. I know Cliff Floyd hit a home run. I'm trying to think who else. The Cubs lost by a few runs. Soriano had a chance to do something at the end with a couple people on base.
Was that in like May in 2007?
Early June 2007.
Early June
in Milwaukee.
Okay. Was it the game before Soriano hit like a 3-run homer that gave him the lead? You don't remember?
I'm not sure.
Because I remember did they lose like 6-2 or 6-3?
Something like that.
And
yeah.
Floyd hit a long home run to right center, right?
Floyd hit a home run.
A long one, right?
Yes.
Like into the upper deck in right center?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I assume that was back when they had the right field platoon of Matt Merton, Cliff Floyd, and
that's right.
And Jock Jones.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Jock Jones.
Felix P.A. was in center field, Soriano was in left, and they kept alternating in right field.
Right.
And I was just thinking Cliff Floyd should just be the starter.
Yeah. So I was at a game like that. I was at another Cubs Brewers game, but I like in 2008 maybe. I think I was at one.
Yeah, I remember 2006 when the Cubs were really bad. We went up there.
Oh
and
yeah,
they
do you
remember
bad.
the name Dave Bush?
Yes, I do.
He took a no-hitter into the 6th inning.
Wow.
And I was actually getting worried. And Zambrano pitched, and he pitched really well. He only gave up 2 runs, and except it was already like 6-0 at that point, and Juan Pierre with 2 outs in the inning hit like an infield single.
Jeez.
And then I think it was Cesar Torres. Well, yeah, I remember when these guys were starting for the Cubs.
I do.
He walked, and then the next batter was Aramis, and he hit a monster home run. He hit like a 3-run homer that hit like at the top of the foul pole.
Oh wow!
Like
nice.
I mean, they said that it estimated at 440 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, off of Dave Bush. And I remember I looked at the replay on MLB.com, and the Brewers announcer just said, in a span of a minute, no-hitter gone, shutout gone. I mean, it was a moonshot.
I went to another Cubs game in 2013. It was like early. It was like a couple weeks into the season in 2013 in Milwaukee, and Anthony Rizzo hit 2 home runs, and Valbuena hit a home run. The Cubs lost like 5-4. I don't know if you remember that.
That sounds recent if Valbuena hit a home run.
Yeah. No, it was in 2013. So that was that. My first Cubs game ever was actually in Milwaukee, and that was in 2002. And I don't remember exactly. I know Moises Alou hit the game-winning run in the 10th inning, and the Cubs won like 5-4 or something. So I remember that, but I don't remember what else was going on. But in 2002, the Cubs and Brewers were both really bad.
Yeah, my first trip to Miller Park was in 2004. And I remember that was the first game that I saw Sammy hit a home run in.
Nice.
He hit a long one.
Yeah, I unfortunately never saw Sammy hit a home run live.
Yeah, I saw him hit like 2 or 3. That was the first time or maybe it was the second time I saw him hit one against the Cardinals in like 2003. Never mind.
Well, see, my first Cubs game at Wrigley Field was not until 2005. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he hit a long home run.
Sammy was already gone, though.
Yeah, and then they lost that game 3-1. And then we went the next day, and they won 7-5 in extra innings. This is going to be another old name. Corey Patterson hit a walk-off home run, or not a walk. He hit a game-winning home run in the 10th inning.
Wow.
And the thing is, in the 8th inning, he could have given them the lead. It was tied 5-5, and he struck out with the bases loaded. He did his thing.
He did his thing, yeah. Man, they really liked Corey Patterson. They really wanted him to be really good.
I think it's because he was such a high draft pick.
Right. Because I think they really wanted him to be good, but it never happened.
Yeah, the Jim Hendry administration wanted a lot of guys to be good. I remember Brett Jackson, Josh Vitters. Theo doesn't care if they're good or not. He gets rid of them. They're not.
Right.
They're not helping out. So
yeah,
we're gonna take a time out here. We've been on the air talking for quite a bit,
for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, really.
Taking a break.
All right, we'll be right back. Sports Renegades, SportsTownChicago.com. Welcome back to a short segment here on the Sports Renegades. We're just going to wrap things up. Had a really, really good show.
Yes, we did.
Very productive show, too.
Yep, we talked Bulls, Bears, and then we talked about the Cubs and Sox, and then some of our favorite Cubs games in Milwaukee and some other stuff.
Yeah, there was very, very good games. I mean, I don't think I've been to any games where I was just like, oh my God, I wish I was not at this game, which is a good thing.
Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I was ever at like an awful game. Oh, I was one game I was at in 2006 against the Astros. It's 2006.
Okay.
I remember Andy Pettit was pitching. He was having a horrible year, and the Cubs lost 9-1. And I got another name. Phil Nevin hit a home run in the 6th inning for the only run.
I went to a Brewers-Astros game in 2006. It was Roger Clemens against Ben Sheets, I think.
Oh, wow. Back when Ben Sheets was a name.
Yeah. So it was a good matchup. I think the Brewers won. I believe Corey Hart had 2 home runs in that game.
Wow.
In 2006, which I think was Corey Hart's rookie year, or at least his first year with Milwaukee. I'm not sure if he was
I think he was drafted by Milwaukee.
Yeah. So that was pretty exciting because I was rooting for the Brewers then because I didn't like the Astros, of course. And then I went to a Sox game in 2005, the year the Sox won the World Series. They beat Boston 6-4. I don't remember what else happened in that game, but at least I was at one game in 2005.
I was there the day before. Actually, did you go on like a Saturday or a Sunday? Because I was at the Friday game of that series, and they lost 6-5.
I have no clue. I know the Sox won 6-4. I think it was either Ortiz or Manny hit a home run for Boston.
I was at the day before, and I remember Carl Everett hit a home run in the first inning that Johnny Damon should have caught. He literally was just like acting he was going to catch the ball, and then he hit the fence, and then the ball just dropped right in between the bleachers and that yellow line, and then it was tied in the 9th inning, and Manny Ramirez hit a home run.
I was at a Sox game in 2006 where the lead, it was on my mom's birthday, so that would have been August 17th, 2006. It was the White Sox and Royals, and
ooh, that sounds like a loss late in the season of 2006. That actually sounds – because remember, they lost like every game in the second half that year.
I think the White Sox won, but in the top of the first inning, the leadoff David DeJesus hit a leadoff home run for Kansas City. Bottom of the first inning, Pablo Ozuna hit a leadoff home run for the White Sox.
That was a day game. I remember that was the first time in MLB history that both leadoff hitters hit a home run.
And I was there.
Boy, David DeJesus. Who would have thought he'd be a future Cub?
Right, exactly. And then I was at a Sox game later in that year, I think late September, when the Sox were still trying to win the division. I think they might have been out of it by that time in 2006, but they were still trying to fight. And it was against Seattle, and Paul Konerko hit a home run like in the 7th or 8th inning to bring the Sox back, and the Sox won like a high-scoring game, like 10-8 or something.
Yeah, in 2000, I was at a game. It was 2 days before school started. It was against the Twins. So, and this is like the Sox like 1 or 2 games behind the Twins for the wild card, and they were down 7 in this game. Ross Gload hit a home run for the Sox, and Sandy Alomar Jr. hit a home run.
Oh wow!
And then Konerko hit one in the 8th inning. Except it was bottom of the 9th. There was 2 outs, and Jermaine Dye was the tying run, and he hit a home run almost onto the concourse.
Wow!
Yeah, and the best part,
that's pretty far to hit it all the way to the concourse.
Oh, it was like 3/4 of the way up the seats in left field, and the best part was that and on the first pitch of that at bat, he hit a ball that would have been a long home run if it was fair. He hit it just foul.
I was at I think Cubs Sox game in 2009. It was at the Cell,